Hello, thanks for joining today's webinar. You can enlarge your screen for the optimal viewing experience using these buttons. You can also click the arrow here to view the hidden menu. The section at the very bottom will twirl out a menu that allows you to ask questions for the host to answer. Thanks for joining us, and we hope you enjoy this webinar.
Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and with me today is Christina and we are the product managers of TaxBandits. Thank you so much for tuning in.
All right, well, we are so excited to be here with you today just to help you with year-end updates and getting prepared. As always, before we get started, we just want to remind everyone that while we love to talk about taxes and information returns,
Oh, we do.
We have years and years of experience. We are not tax advisors, so as always, if you have specific tax questions, please make sure to reach out to either the IRS or a certified tax preparer for assistance.
All right, and so to get us started today, we are going to be covering the latest updates to the Form 1099-K and everything you need to know about how to prepare for the 1099 filing season that's getting here really fast.
Yeah. So just to kind of get us started, I know it was a big topic last year about this time as well. The IRS was looking at lowering the 1099-K drastically, and then that kind of changed, and it's obviously still on their radar because
Definitely.
they've released more information, more threshold changes, and so we're really here to keep you informed about what you need to look at this year, and then what you really need to start planning ahead for future years. And this is really the time to go ahead and get those things in place.
Yeah.
So the tell us about those updates.
So the IRS has introduced a phased approach to adjust the reporting threshold for transactions that are facilitated by TPSOs or third-party settlement organizations. The 2024 period is going to be the beginning of those phases. TPSOs must report only aggregate payments to your payees that exceed $5,000. Failure to file or furnish a 1099-K will not result in penalties under the Section 6721 and 6722 unless this threshold is exceeded.
Okay. So still, not as high as it used to be, but definitely not as low as it was originally proposed to be either.
Correct.
The next transition period will be the 2025 transition period. So this is where the TPSOs have to report if the aggregate payments to that payee exceed $2,500. So, that is, that's a 50% cut in that threshold. Or so definitely something to be aware of, be prepared for. It's a big difference. And that is regardless of the number of transactions again. And also, it's good to note that penalties for failing to file or furnish the 1099-K would again only apply if that threshold is exceeded. So they're definitely focused on that, but it's a big jump.
It definitely is. And even more of a jump for the 2026 and beyond threshold. This is revised to be $600. Regardless of the transaction count, it will fully apply starting in the calendar year of 2026.
So pretty close. I know it sounds like it's really far away, but it is going to be here before we know it.
Yeah, it's going to be about 5 seconds.
Yeah. So definitely something to be prepared for, to make sure that you're tracking those things accurately, that you have a good solution in place for being able to file those forms.
Definitely.
As always, if you have not already, go create your TaxBandits account so that you'll get updates from us about the 1099-K, about other information returns and other things that you might need to file or that you might need to file for clients. So going ahead and getting that in place now will help make sure that you're up to date and aware on future changes, on the on the deadlines for filing the 1099-K with the lowered thresholds. So can you tell us, I think there are some other changes for those third-party settlement organizations that are not necessarily specific to the 1099-K.
Definitely. So the IRS has also introduced some critical updates regarding backup withholding requirements for the TPSOs starting in the tax year 2024. Penalties under Section 6651, or failure to file, or 6656, which is failure to deposit the taxes, will not apply to those who fail to withhold and pay backup withholding for the tax year of 2024.
Okay.
That's the first couple.
Like, do you have any information on why? Like, why are they not penalizing people for failure to file and failure to pay?
Well, this is intended to ease the administrative burdens so that they can adapt to the new compliance a little bit easier and the reporting requirements.
Gotcha.
So even with the penalty relief in place, TPSOs that perform backup withholding during 2024, they must comply with those requirements.
Okay.
So let's just go with those for now.
Yeah. So like filing the 945, and everyone knows like that's for reporting the withheld amounts that are part. It's it's part of the annual return for the federal income tax. So filing your 945 for your backup withholding information, and then filing the 1099-K with the IRS and providing the recipient copy of the payee. If you're required to do so. So like, you have to do those things. Like, you still have to file your forms and furnish the K if needed, but only if needed.
Yeah, only if needed.
Okay.
This filing does ensure the proper documentation of the withheld amounts, even as penalty relief is granted for noncompliance in 2024.
Gotcha. Now, that is specific to 2024. I know that they're also planning some like future updates for this side of things as well. So for 2025 and future years at this point, it looks like we're planning to, starting calendar year 2025, enforce the penalties that are under the 6651 and 6656.
Yes.
So that would be like failure to withhold backup withholding taxes when required, failure to deposit withheld taxes or file forms on time. So really, even though there's this relief period, this shouldn't be like taken for granted. It's something where like, okay, great, but let's go ahead and again, get ready for needing to take care of this
Exactly.
requirement.
You definitely want to start getting your ducks in a row.
Gotcha. I mean, that makes sense. And just like always, we recommend having the account, getting things set up, keeping an eye out for future updates and being ready when the time comes. Because it will be about 5 seconds, it'll feel like.
It'll feel like it.
So now what?
Well, now what indeed? So you're right. We've discussed creating your account. And so once you get your account set up, then you have to get everything in it, right? So you want to add your clients, you want to add your team, you want to set up your groups and get your Bandit Connect portal set up and review our templates. And with all of that, we have a live support team that's here Monday through Friday to answer questions and help get you set up wherever you get stuck. If you get stuck, if you just have more questions and need more information, we are definitely here to help you with all that.
Absolutely.
And I know that we have had some recent updates to the BOIR. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I'd love to. So we want to make sure we're keeping everyone in the loop, essentially, about all of the most recent changes with the BOIR. There's a lot going on. There's a lot in the news. So we just want to make sure that we're posting those updates as we have them. So last week we actually notified our clients that due to a recent court order, that reporting companies were not at that point required to file the BOIR. And we actually reached out as we had stopped accepting them temporarily because it's very sort of in the air with what's going to happen.
A touch and go situation.
Yes. And so we've put additional videos out, we've emailed existing clients, but we have another update that with the fact that FinCEN is allowing reporting companies to submit voluntarily, TaxBandits is resuming accepting the BOI reports. So previously, we had disabled that option in light of the changes and the updates. We're monitoring the situation. So FinCEN is still allowing the reporting companies to voluntarily submit. It's so much easier to do through TaxBandits. So we are accepting those reports again. We'll allow companies to file if they want because it is a voluntary basis. And then we are just actively monitoring the situation and staying tuned for updates and information about those changes so we can keep everyone informed. But the takeaway is it is still voluntary. It is still so much easier through TaxBandits. And so if that's something that you want to do or something that your clients want you to do, you are able to sign into your TaxBandits account and use all of those amazing tools that we have to submit your BOI report.
All right. Well, as always, you just want to keep in mind that now is the time to go ahead and get your account set up, like we had said, because so many of the forms have a deadline of January 31st. And I know so many of our clients fall into several of those categories. So you want to go ahead and get everything set up in your account, contact our support team, check out our YouTube channel, check out our website for all the amazing resources that we put there.
Our blog, our knowledge base, just general information on the forms.
Absolutely,
Yep.
all of it. And we have so much out there for you. Just keep that in mind and let us know if you have anything else. You can put comments in the comment section. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.